On this episode of Pimp My Setup, we're going to be talking about your setups you submitted for tips, tricks, feedback, and much more. So if you're interested in that, then sit back, relax, and interact because the show starts
ahora.
It's time for the original setup show dedicated to providing you with tips, tricks, and feedback to pimp out your setup. Hosted by Matt Philly with new special guests every week. Coming at you live in 3, 2, 1.
This episode of Pimp My Setup is sponsored by Band, the ultimate mobile community for gamers and their guilds. Band is a mobile app to chat, plan events, recruit members, and even more. Band's unique combination of messenger and board help guilds deal with the unnecessary so they can focus on playing the games they love. If you want to learn more about Band, click the link in the description. Also, check out the link to Band's tips and strategies for Clash of Clans. We appreciate their support of the show. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Pimp My Setup episode number 71, recorded live on February 4th, 2016, the best month of the year because it's my birthday month. But anyways, my name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
I'm Carlos Peguero. You can find me on Twitter at Premier Reviewer.
Boom. Wow. Second time is a charm.
I was rehearsing the whole time. Well, get it.
Okay, so quick announcement before we get started. No, I don't have any announcements. Okay, let's get into the first setup. First setup here is submitted by Connor, and Connor is how old based on what you're looking at?
He's in the basement, so I'm gonna say he's about 22.
22. Well, here's my thing. Is this under? Hold on. Let's see if I should probably
look at the ceiling.
Okay, look. He is under his bed. That's what I thought.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So he has like a loft bed.
Can I change my?
Yeah, you could change your guess.
All right. He's got a loft bed, so I'll say he's 18.
18. Okay, he's 15, which makes the setup even crazier because I think it's an amazing setup, like super cool. Like, can you imagine? Like, well, first off, with me, I'd probably be worried because I'd break the bed and like fall down and kill my setup. But like, can you imagine how cool that'd be? Like, wake up, jump on down, and you're at your setup. I don't know, something about that's pretty cool. But I wonder how much room he has. When
he stands up,
yeah.
Like if he stands up, like boom,
yeah, he's got to like crawl in, like open the little door, like okay. But yeah, so basically, let me read his email. He says that he uses his setup for schoolwork, light programming, and some console gaming. The highlight and key feature of his setup is the desk. His stepdad and himself, he built that 100% from scratch, adjusted perfectly to fit underneath his loft bed, and he said he really likes his cable management job, which I agree. I think that he did a great job. You don't really see any visible cables. Granted, there's kind of a lot going on underneath, but still, when you look closely, you zoom in, you don't see any cables, which is nice. But with all this in mind, what is one thing that sticks out that you really like, and what's one thing that sticks out that you don't really like?
I mean, I love this setup. It is. When I opened up this picture, I was like, "Damn, this is kind of damn sexy." Love the whole color scheme works. I love the brown desk because it's different. You're not seeing that black or white or. The LEDs are perfect. I mean, I'm still surprised. This is under his bed.
Yeah.
This is crazy. And he has everything lined up perfectly. What I don't like, I can't really say I don't like anything. I mean, I would like to see him standing next to it so we could see how much headroom he has. Because you obviously see he has that little like stool he probably has to sit on. But oh man, it looks like looks amazing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm wondering if that's either a footrest or it is what he sits on. He just pushes it under when he's done. Like, that's the thing. You're right. We don't really have a reference for the height there. We don't know if those are 23-inch monitors or 27. I'm going to assume 23. And he might be a midget. I said this last episode. We might have some of those, as a scenario, but that's a joke because it offended people last time. And I said it again, so obviously I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, no, I think that it's super cool. I like the lights. It's kind of like an outside deck, like a screen deck. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
It's like that super cool look. He has a lot of personality, has some open room on the corkboard, which is always good. He's got like his tablet. He put the Setup Addicts wallpaper. If you're not a part of the Facebook group or even the forum, go to setupaddicts.com. But yeah, I mean, it's just super cool. He's got all his schoolwork stuff that he could possibly need, like a rubber band ball, scissors, it's the essentials to pass school. But honestly, dude, awesome. I really like it. And any final thoughts from?
No, I mean, you did a perfect job. Mm-hmm. Even the stuff that you have on your desk is actually functional. You don't have everything just laying around. Everything seems to have a purpose, and I just love it.
Exactly. That's
great.
So true. Like, everything on his desk has a purpose. It's not like he just put something on there because he wants to put it there. It's like, he has it there because it's something he uses on a daily basis. And
he was even smart enough to understand the speaker height.
Yep.
Because he could have put him down low, but he didn't. He put him hopefully where his head is, if he's not a little person.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, let's go to the next setup here. Next setup is submitted by Antti. I'm going to assume that's how you say it. Or Antti. No, that's the same thing. Just a pause in between. Anyways, I've been living in this apartment for around 2 years now and slowly building the setup. It includes 2 PCs, 100-inch screen for it. We're not going to go over the whole room, just the setup portion, but we'll show that picture. Like got the 100-inch screen and blah, 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 blah. But anyways, going to the other picture, that's what we're going to be looking at, producer, if you want to wake up. Hey, there he is. Okay, I'm sorry. I know, I'm just... Anyways, and the last thing I wanted to say before you guess the age is, Antti was on, Pimp My Setup last year and was referred as 50 Shades of White, which is interesting because I feel like I remember that, but I don't. So, yeah. Anyways, with all that in mind, how old do you think Antti is?
25.
20. So...
Damn.
Yeah. So, okay, the whole room, we'll look at that one more time. Okay, the whole room is epic. It's definitely cool. I mean, maybe I don't necessarily understand the projector part of it, but I guess that's the only place you could really put it. But then again, you have an entertainment center to the right, so I don't know what the hell you're doing with that. But it looks like you have an awesome game room into the other place. You got like air hockey, whatever. I mean, that is sick. It looks like an awesome hangout. But like I said, we're going to focus on the actual setup. So with that in mind, how do you feel about this setup? What's an eyesore? What's not? What do you think?
If I go to the first picture, his setup as his little workstation, I think is fantastic. I love the 3 monitors. I love how he has them hanging on the wall. You don't see no wires. His wire management, for the most part, is almost perfect. Obviously, there's a few wires with his PS4 controller and his headphones.
Yep.
He's done a great job as far as wire management, so kudos to you on that. I think it's just laid out perfect. Again, this is going to be a reoccurring theme in this episode because there's so many really well done setups. And then if you look at the whole setup as a whole, I love the projector. You could see he games on the TV to the right. Mm-hmm. I don't understand. The only thing I don't understand is the headphones. I like how he has them kind of hung up, but that kind of just throws me off. Yeah. But other than that, it's just a sick, clean. I mean, it looks like a bachelor's pad. That's why I said he was 25. But
yeah,
he must have been saving up for a long time to be doing this.
Yeah. So like you said, it with the headphone cable and the PS4 controller cable. I don't understand, for the sake of the photo, at least wrapping up the cable or not making it stick out as much. I don't get that, but
I'll say this though. That to me, I like it because it shows that that's how he uses it. He's not going to lie to us. You could tell he has great cable management. Mm-hmm. So as far as seeing those 1 or 2 cables, it just shows functionality that he's actually using it like that. Yeah. So I didn't want to dock him for that.
My other thing though that I don't really understand is the placement of the PC. Why is it rotated at that weird angle? Maybe he's tugging on the cables. That's one of the only things.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was thinking about too. I love the Vader pictures up there, but prints, I would say he probably didn't account for how long fishing wire through and stuff like that. He probably just didn't have enough room, which in that case, I would have just turned it to the side.
Yeah, but he probably doesn't want to show what's like coming out of it. I don't know. It's just one of those things that I look at and I notice and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little different. But still, I mean, again, we're nitpicking. Carlos already said it. All the setups in this episode are amazing. So we really have to kind of be those guys that point out things that other people won't agree with. But my other thing is, and actually Suncast, a good friend of mine in the chat, made mention, this guy has like an obsession with plants. I mean, from the plant on his desk to his wallpaper. I've actually never seen someone with a wallpaper like that. It's not even like a long wallpaper. It's literally the same picture 3 times. But I'm not here to judge your wallpaper, but okay.
But it's kind of like his theme, because if you look at his whole like room, you have like the bamboo floor.
Yeah.
So he has a very green set, like, you know what I mean? Like,
which I guess that's what he was changing, because he said in the last episode he was referred to as 50 Shades of White, and he's like, let me get a little bit of color in there. Which, if that's what you were going for, you did it. It's great. Any final thoughts?
No, I think he did a great job. We're just looking for something, but I don't know what I would say to change, except for maybe getting some longer wires so you don't have to turn your PC that way. But that's just nitpicking.
For sure. All right, so this next setup submitted by Jason. And here's the thing. Jason submitted prior. He was on the show before, and everyone thought his setup was fake. They told him that it was basically like a teacher's room, like a fake room from a magazine. If you guys remember that episode, I don't have the number on hand, but I think he might have. No, he wasn't the thumbnail. But anyways, it was an iMac setup, and everyone was like, oh, this is fake, this isn't his, because the kid was young. But anyways, yeah, so here's the thing. He said, hey, Matt, did some big updates to my setup. Let's see, big fan of your show, blah, blah, blah. He basically said, Matt, you're awesome and you're the best ever. And he hadn't actually said any of that. But then he said, I share this room with my dad. He takes the musical portion, which I had trouble finding what was musical, but I guess I'll look closer in a second. And he also said, the setup is mine, though. My dad's a bitch. He didn't actually say that. And then he said, I hope this doesn't go on Set Up Nightmares. Like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put it on Set Up Nightmares. Anyways, with all of that in mind, knowing that he is young, how young do you think he is?
So I'm going to say his dad did all the work. I'm going with 14.
Yep, he's 14. And but
his dad got good style. His dad must be like an interior designer.
No, honestly, that's what it looks like. I mean, it's beautiful from the freaking... The
stained
wall color,
wood, everything.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love that desk. I love everything going on here. But, and I know age shouldn't play a factor. I usually never let it play a factor. But damn, I mean,
no. Like I said, I think this is his dad's setup, and he just gets the game on it from time to time. Not trying to take away from him.
Yeah,
but it looks like his dad's pretty cool.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's what I don't get. His last setup looked nothing like this. So I'm thinking this guy's finding fake pictures on the internet and just, I'm like, hey, change my setup again. Check it out this week. Like, I don't know
Either
what
that
it
or
is.
He's got some money.
Yeah, he's got like 37 rooms in his house. He's like, what should I do for this one? but no, honestly, it's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It is absolutely stunning. It looks like it's straight out of a magazine. I mean, from the little book leaning up against the wall to like your pair of glasses that just so happen to be laying there and make you look like a hipster. I mean, like the little plant, the speaker, I mean, everything about it. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Even he's got like the headphone thing underneath his desk mounted. It's beautiful. But here's the thing. I don't look at this and say like, I can't wait to game on that. Like, it just kind of looks like his dad's setup.
It's a productivity setup. That's what it is.
Yeah. But did he say he liked the game? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just making stuff up now. Okay, no. He said he likes to listen to music. So, okay. Well, la-dee-da. So, with this in mind, I mean, again, nitpicking. But what is it that you would change about this setup?
Again, with the wires, you could see how they're stretched because he doesn't have enough. I would rather see... I know that's the one thing about the LG. This is exactly the same monitor I have, and the one thing I didn't like about it was the actual stand. because yeah, it gives you a floating sensation, but there is nowhere to actually hide the wire, so you can't like run it somewhere. So if he put maybe a monitor stand on it,
Yeah, that would
where
look a
he
lot
can
better.
actually fish the wires through, and then you couldn't see nothing, it looks like it's floating, would be great. There's not much you can really say about it. It's really clean, simple. Again, with the plant, looks good. I hope it's a real one. Probably not.
Well,
I even like the little horse carriage. That's a nice touch. I don't know, man. It's just a sick setup that it's hard to believe it's his. I hope it is. I'm not trying to
well,
say
here's the
it's
thing.
not,
Look at
but-
the chat. Everyone's saying, "No, I saw this on Google. No, I saw this on Reddit." You know what? It could very well be true. I don't look through like there are obvious people that are like, okay, this is actually not your setup. I don't know what you're trying to do. But I didn't. I liked it enough to the point where I was like, I still want to show it on the show.
Yeah, it's still a sick setup. I mean, I don't. He's not winning anything, so
Yeah, it's not like I'm giving away $1,000. But if it's fake, you are a douchebag. If it's not, then cool, dude. I like your setup. All right, with that in mind, let's just move on because Jason is a douche. Next setup submitted by AJ. And AJ says, yo, what up, dog? I love gaming and tech. As you can see, my favorite team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love your channel, and you have helped me a lot with my setup. Aw, that's so cute. Okay, with that in mind, and the pictures that you see, how old do you think he is?
well, a grown-ass man will not be using those bed sheets. So I'm going to say he's about 13.
13? Okay, he's 15. He just hurt his feelings, so.
Well, you know, he has to... He probably sent this in when he was 13.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Here's the thing. You could tell. He really, really likes the Steelers. But what happens when those people get off the team? Wait, isn't that 43?
That's Big Ben and the safety.
Yeah, so isn't he
Palomalu.
off the team? He's
He retired last year, yeah.
So your fat head is irrelevant. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I would be scared to wake up, yawn, look around, and all of a sudden you see Ben yelling in your face. That's a little weird. But your actual set, like, here's the thing. First off, can we see this? No, we can only see it in the far away shot. When I look at the boxes of all your computer stuff and your iPhone and whatnot, lame. Don't put that there. That's too much. If you want to keep it, that's good. But if you want to like display it in that manner, no, that's not good. Because your room is pretty clean. I'm not a big fan of like the contrast in colors, like the second color in particular. But the boxes kind of ruin how nice and clean the molding is. You know?
Yeah. Does he have a channel?
He didn't say. He just said he loves gaming and tech.
See, if he had a channel, I kind of was thinking maybe he has a channel and he's reviewing that stuff, and it's like my crack boxes out there. Like if you have a setup and you're reviewing stuff, that's kind of what your desk looks like. So if he doesn't have a channel, he loses points for that. But if he does, then it's understandable why it would be like that, because that's kind of like your next, what you're gonna be reviewing next. But 15, nah, I don't think he's doing it.
Yeah, it just looks like the stuff that's inside of his computer, basically.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I find it tacky. In some situations, you could display boxes and it could look badass. But in this scenario, it's like, it's not working.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
I love the Steelers stuff on the wall, other than like the weird fat heads of people screaming in your face. But like that big Steelers logo, badass, really sets the stage. But here's my question. Why are you not utilizing all that space? Because your monitors are longer than your desk. And you could really see that in the first photo, because it just kind of like, I don't know, it looks, I don't want my monitors to be longer than my desk. I don't know. Would you agree with that, or?
I would say, yeah, if I was him, I would have used the other wall. Just because of that. I don't know. I think he started off with just one, right? And then ended up graduating to the two on the side. And then probably his like desk was not long enough anymore.
Yeah, which, I mean, it looks great mounted on the wall. But when I look at your whole room, I'm thinking, hey, you have the room for it.
Yeah,
even if you
it's a big room.
Yeah, like an L desk, or which I think he has an L desk, kind of. It's like two pieces, not completely like an L desk, but like he kind of formed it to look like one. And like I feel like you should have like a nightstand next to your bed that can touch onto the actual desk. Like if your desk went across that whole wall, you could get the Alex drawers underneath and use that part as sort of a nightstand. I don't know. Again, we're nitpicking. It's still an amazing setup. I would like to see more on the left wall. But yeah, any final thoughts for AJ?
No, I think he has a really clean setup. Take the boxes down, especially if you're not a reviewer of products, because then it doesn't make sense for them just to be there. It will look a lot cleaner if they're not there and you're not reviewing anything. So good job. On to the next one.
All right, next one is submitted by Tyler, and here's the thing, Tyler. He's an avid watcher of Pimp My Setup, and he did his best cable management due to your hatred of seeing cables. I hope you love the setup just as much as I do. Okay, all right. Well, before we even talk about his setup, how old do you think he is?
Tyler, damn right, speakers. I'm gonna say he's 16. Well, 16. Yeah, 16.
He's 17, so yeah, that was very close. Here's the thing, Tyler. The first photo, you gotta clean out the garbage, man. If you're gonna submit it to me, the first photo, you could see it very obviously. But whatever. Next photo, what I don't like, eyesore right off the bat, is the fact that the TV, and again, I'm nitpicking, the TV is not centered with the monitors, which when you look at it, you're like, oh, it looks like the TV centered on that wall. Actually, maybe not. No, it looks like the TV is too far over, because it looks like I'm going based off of like the space between the Call of Duty posters. There's not a lot of space on the right, but there is more space on the left. I don't know. All I'm saying is it's not centered, and it's kind of like one of those things you notice right off the bat, especially when you have a TV above 3 monitors. And also your LED IR thing is like sticking out, and I get it. Yeah. You want to make it easy to turn it on and off, but like maybe not that easy.
Just reach over.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. I don't think that you want that poking out. But okay, the only other thing I'll say before I hand it over to Carlos is, if you have been watching Pimp My Setup, you would know that your speaker placement is no bueno, mi amigo. I don't know if you have 2 sets of ears, but I would assume you don't, and you probably shouldn't have them there. Anyways, okay, over to you, Carlos. What do you think?
The TV, I think that can easily just be, he can adjust it just by sliding over, unless it's a tilt one. But he should be able to adjust the TV. I don't know if he ever noticed that. It does throw you off just a little bit, but that's a simple fix. The wire, I'm not a fan of that little wire, the IR blaster thing. Just tuck it down, put some tape on it, and just do the reach around effect, and you'll be good. This setup is clean. It's sick. You can walk in and know what he does. He's a gamer. He plays COD. That's his thing. And I love that. I mean, I don't have to guess what he's doing. I love the lighting. The lighting looks good. You got the warm with the cool purple. I mean, that's another thing I want to say. In this episode, everyone took really nice photos. And I think that has to do with your nightmare setups. Seriously, people are finally up in their game, because you should have pride showing off your setup, and
for sure,
that should go with a really clean picture. I mean, a picture can make or break the setup, and in this case, it does a good job. When I first opened up the picture, I was like, wow, this is a really clean setup. I love the triple monitors. There's no wires to be seen. You know what I mean? Like, he did a really good job. So kudos on that. There's not too much to say. I'm not going to hate on this. This is a really cool setup. I don't know. It's just, there's not much else to say. He has a clean setup. He just has to do a few little things to tweak it.
Yeah, and you know what? I love the Call of Duty little like posters. Those really set the stage. Like you said, you walk in, you know what he's about to play, you know what he's into, and you're right. The pictures are beautiful, and it's, you know what it is, especially when you're submitting to Pimp My Setup, or you're gonna tweet out a photo or something like that. Make it a presentation. Don't just make it like, yeah, you know, I got my computer and my monitors, and don't make it where, you know, you have all the displays off or the TV off or anything like that. Like, it would have even looked a lot cooler if you had the TV on. Maybe there would have been a glare or something, but it's all about presentation, because if you show it to us in a way that makes it look more badass, chances are you're going to get more points, because we'll see sort of the functionality and what your setup can do. But anyways, yeah, everyone's talking about the knife. La la la. Yes, he's got a knife. It's probably a CSGO knife because he's a nub. But anyways, let's go on to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by Ben. And Ben said, hello, my name is Benjamin. I casually play video game. I don't know. When people have the name Benjamin, I think they talk like that. But
they're English.
Yeah, something like that. He said, I casually play video games and love making my space look amazing. I'm going to get a Signum for my cables, but I am making do with twist ties and nails. Yeah, here's the thing. You don't need a Signum. Look at your cable management. It is beautiful. A Signum is the lazy way to cable manage. You could also, use Velcro straps and make the Signum a useful way and still have amazing cable management. But I think you're doing just fine without the Signum. So here's the thing. Now, with your setup, oh wait, did I let you guess his age? No, I didn't. So how old do you think he is?
13.
Okay, he's 16, so that's close. Here's the thing. I feel bad for people like this because he's obviously making do with what he has. Do you think he wanted that arch thing on the left side that's got the weird thingy? I don't even know. What do you call that? Like that?
That's from Batman. That's the Riddler.
What? Wait, no, I'm talking about the rail thing and the
the Spanish okay. Yeah, that's like window protection.
Yeah, whatever that is, that's hideous, and I'm sure you
Does
weren't
he say where he's from?
No,
because that would key in a lot. Like if you're from certain parts of the world, that's common.
Yeah,
like you can't do nothing about that.
Well, yeah, I get that, and I'm sure he wasn't like, "Hey, Mom, can you install this in the house?" Like, because that's the last thing I would want. Like, can you knock out an arch in the hallway and throw that thing? Like, yeah, I give you props for working with it because who knows, he might like it. Because look at his lamps. I mean, those things are hideous, and
I don't think he has much choice in some of the stuff that he's been given, but he's doing a good job as far as not like letting it.
For sure.
Mess up his complete setup.
His flow.
I mean, yeah. It looks pretty good. I mean, look, he even put the hat on top. Like, he's like, God, these things are ugly.
Yeah, but like, what is that? Is that like a fake plastic volcano lamp base?
I couldn't tell what it was. That was the thing. I was like, I didn't know if that was hands or a statue of some sort. I have no idea.
It kind of makes me uncomfortable, but he's got a lot of personality, and then he has this big gaping storage space to put his canned air, which hopefully he's not getting high off of, because it looks like that's where he keeps like a whole bunch of them and he just knocks them out day after day. But honestly, that's what my brother doesn't like that joke. My only thing is, like, that's a lot of storage space, and you have a lot of weird stuff on the left side, like that book that's on top of your laptop. Maybe I would put that into that storage thing. Kind of utilize that space. Maybe put something on top of there, because you do have a lot of weird stuff. I mean, you got this weird ass owl sitting there. You got a lot of weird stuff. Some Doctor Who stuff. Oh yeah, the piggy bank. Everything is just weird, but yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think you could see he's been working on it, because if you look to the right where his stool is, whatever, you could see the shelves that he's been taking out. So he's definitely playing around with what looks best. So he's doing a good job as far as like making whatever changes he can. Mm-hmm. Just keep at it, man. I know not everybody can afford a triple monitor setup or even a single ultra wide. So you're doing a good job as far, because he has things laid out where the feng shui of it is not terrible. Like, you could see that not everything has a purpose, but it doesn't throw off the setup. Like, it's like, okay, he has some stuff on his desk.
For sure. People are complaining about the PC on carpet. I say this every episode, and there's always that guy in the comments like, well, actually, it doesn't matter if the airflow is through the top. So if the airflow is through the top, then kudos. But I just don't like the idea of it being on the carpet. Sure, you could put some on there. If not, it's all right. I'm not gonna cry. So yeah, any final thoughts for Ben?
No, keep up the good work, and I'm sure that you're gonna be upgrading some things here and there. Yeah,
he's definitely. I mean, he's doing a great job with what he has. So, kudos there. All right, next setup is submitted by Alex. He basically said, I know you're probably wondering what the hell that black thing is on top of my desk. It's a piece of diamond plate that I spray painted. What I like to do is play Call of Duty, CSGO, and I love to mess around with Photoshop and edit videos. Well, you don't edit videos with Photoshop, buddy. No, just kidding. That was a joke. And he says, I love watching Pimp My Setup and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, the first thing you notice is he's got this awesome top to his desk, which he was talking about. How sick is that?
It looks... I didn't even notice that. I just knew... I guess I didn't open it. Wow, it does look pretty sick.
It's
and
like
I love
cool.
how he's using the 3 different type of desks.
You know what we should do?
One.
We should ask Slick Wraps or D Brands or one of those people to help us wrap a desk.
That would be pretty cool.
We should,
because that actually looks really nice.
Yeah, I should reach out to one of them and see if they'll help me wrap a desk, and then after that I'll rip it off. Yeah, before I didn't mean to cut you off, but I forgot I didn't ask you how old he was. So, looking at that, knowing that he's creative enough to do this, how old do you think he is?
15.
16. So, you're getting really close every single time. Anyways, you were saying that he brought basically like 3 pieces of furniture and made this happen. Does it look cheesy to you, or do you give him kudos?
I actually really like it. I mean, he probably had those 3 pieces of cabinets just laying around. Mm-hmm. He made it work.
Yeah,
which is cool. I mean, I think this is a dope setup. I love the color of his walls. Like, the whole thing just looks really clean, but you can tell he games, man. It's just I think he did a really good job with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one of those setups where he made use of what he had, and so it's not like, I know some people are like, ew, look at that left monitor, it's old and shitty because it's silver. Sure, you can think that, but hey, he's got 2 monitors now.
Yeah, he has 2 monitors, and it looks clean. Like, you could tell I'm sure, guys, if he had money for a duplicate monitor or just get 2 new monitors, period, he would.
Oh yeah.
But it looks good. It doesn't look that bad.
For sure. Here are my 2 things. First off, everyone's talking about the safe on the right side. Yeah, he's probably got some, he's probably lock and loaded in there, or he's got some cocaine or something. But aside from that, above his displays, I don't really understand why it was like all placed, like the pictures were in the most random spots. He's like, where could I hang this? Yeah, right here. That works. I'm not a big fan of the placement of that stuff. I would kind of like even all them out at least. I mean, I don't think it's bad that you have like family stuff up there. I'm not like, oh, you're an ass, you have a family. Or actually, no, that's him and his fish. I don't know. That could be his family. I'm not going to judge. But yeah, do you think that's like something valid?
I'll say this. I don't mind it because it actually looks like it's spaced out the right way. You know what I mean? It's not random in the fact that one's like the picture of him and his father and uncle maybe. Like, if you look at the space between the next picture, it's like exactly the same as the other side.
But
so that looks okay.
It doesn't bug you that it's like down the wall? No,
because it's like, if you ever see somebody who has like stairs, that's kind of how you have to do it. In his sense, he just doesn't have a big enough picture to fill the other side. If he had another one that filled up like the one on the right side, it would be okay. I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, maybe I'm just a douche. Yeah, that's probably what it is. And everyone else is talking about the FaZe logo too on the wall. That's super cool. I mean, it's in a random ass spot, but I guess this is like the beginning stages before he puts a lot of things on the wall. I don't know. That could be it. All right, let's go on to the next setup. This is one of the top setups of this episode, submitted by admin. Wow, I'm a nerd. That's what it is. His name is Adam Mabi. Music production is my life with a bit of gaming thrown in. I'm majoring in computer engineering. Mustangs for life. So taking a look at this, how old do you think he is?
23.
23. He's 18.
Damn.
Damn,
man. It was like a grown man setup.
So here's the thing. Right off the bat, this thing is sick. I don't know if it's the guitars that make me think that. I don't know if it's the fact that he's got the nice studio monitors with all the engineering audio stuff that he would possibly need, or it's like the cool Mustang thingy-majig he's got chilling to the left of his keyboard, or it's his really nice microphone, which is also blue. See, I said something nice about a blue microphone. Isn't that a shocker? But Then the one reason why this didn't get a lot of points, it really could have gotten a perfect score, honestly.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. The left monitor, I don't think it's the best spot for it. I get it. You didn't have enough room because of the studio monitors and things like that, and your desk was kind of limiting in that sense. But I can imagine being a guy like you doing my music stuff, and I'm like constantly looking at like this weird left angle. So I don't know if this is something you're into or not, but you could mount that one above the other and tilt it down towards you, like angle it. Only because it looks like that's an important screen that is kind of out of your vision, your peripheral vision. So, do you agree with me in that sense, the monitor placement?
I kind of did, but when I kept looking at it, he's functioning. He's functioning his setup. Like he can't do any. It has to be there in a sense.
Well,
like
yeah.
You could tell he's utilizing everything. I almost wanted to give this guy a perfect score because everything is done almost perfect. The only thing for me is like there's nothing on the walls, which you don't have to have.
But for something like that, it would look so sick. The things that he could put on there.
I mean, he's using that desk to its fullest because he's using the riser. Mm-hmm. He has to have those monitors up there in order to get the true sound. And to me, he's an engineer when it comes to he's a music engineer, so he has to have the. I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it looks okay. It's not a huge deal breaker for me.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying, the desk is full to the max. It's kind of cramped. But do you ever look at a music producer or a sound engineer that has like an empty desk? It's sort of, this is one of those scenarios where it's good to know what he likes to do because it all makes sense.
Yeah.
He has to have all that equipment there. My only thing is I would like the monitor above, or because I think that desk is perfect for you with the riser and all that stuff. It works perfect. Maybe the computer is in sort of like a spot that's taking up too much space, but even then it wouldn't make sense to move that because the riser only goes to a certain width. So it's not like you could move the riser. So I love it. I think it's cool. I agree, though. Some stuff on the wall. He says he loves Mustangs. He's got this one thing on his desk. But what about above? Maybe like a Mustang poster, some other guitar music stuff. I don't know.
You know what actually would look good for this setup for his walls is putting the sound acoustic panels. Those would look if nice. He filled up his wall, then it really gives up the whole studio vibe. I mean, especially I'm surprised he doesn't have that.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe because he doesn't really do that much with his microphone, but he does have a nice microphone, so I don't know. I don't get it, but I think that's a good idea. Even if it was just the black and gray on and off or something like that would look nice. All right, let's go to the next setup. Next setup is submitted by, well, actually I'm pretty confused because he said my name's Pavel, but then in his email it says Powell. So Pavel, any of those, they work. He said, I use my setup mostly for my architectural work and 3D modeling, like gaming from time to time, and most of my furniture in my room is from IKEA, and the chair isn't anything special, but he likes it, so we could all suck it. That's what he told us. And then, nothing really else that would change your age guess. So how old do you think he is?
17.
17?
Yeah.
26.
Oh my God.
Which is a good thing.
Terrible.
Because you look at this and you don't want to think that he's 17 because then I would jump off a bridge and that would be my life. But yeah, so here's the thing. This is beautiful. It is gorgeous. I mean, I don't know what I like the most. The angled ceilings, the wood floor, the way that he made his setup work, or I don't know. It's just beautiful.
It just looks awesome. Yeah. Oh God. I want. Oh man. Is he from like Europe?
I have no idea actually.
This has like a really European feel to it, and it also, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he opened the door and he's like right on the beach or something. That's the kind of vibe it gives off. Like,
dude, I agree.
It just looks so crazy.
Yeah, that or like it's a cabin, like a nice high-end cabin.
Man, it's like this space is so amazing.
Hold on, Tom. Turn your mic on. He wants to say something. Turn on the mic. Let's go. That's the second one.
No, he's got skiing stuff on the top where the banisters are on top.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, so kind of like a well, okay, that's weird because
a lodge kind of.
Yeah, he's got that, but then his poster I just realized says, what does that say? Paradise? Let me see. I'm on Photo Bucket, so I gotta like zoom in.
It says Paradise until the tide turns, which is nice.
Yeah, so I don't know. He's got like the lifeguard thing on the other side. I don't know where he's from. It's kind of like a mystery at this point. Like in the summertime, it's a nice beach, and then during the winter, it's like, you know, he goes skiing. I don't know, but I think this is
one of the best setups I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Like as a whole, not just his computer area, but the whole thing just looks like he's bringing home the ladies.
Oh yeah, I would love to bring a lady home to that. She'd be like, damn.
All right, now you got to go.
Someone said, what case is that? That is the InWin D-Frame mini case. It's very interesting. It's dark in that photo. I should have included the picture of just the PC, but it's not a show about PCs. But still, beautiful case, beautiful setup. What is it that I would change, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked because I don't know. No, I think what it is I don't know. It's the desk doesn't have a lot going on, which is good, but at the same time, when I look at this, I just think I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I cannot change anything. There's literally nothing I would add or subtract. It just looks so, oh God. Yeah, I want to redo my whole setup.
It's beautiful. It really is. And again, we are nitpicking, but it's just like, I don't know. Maybe I don't like the desk that empty, but
yeah, I don't like the desk in general. It looks like a picnic table.
Yeah, but that might be what he's going for. I mean, it does kind of match his flooring, but I don't know. It's interesting nonetheless. We're gonna move on because otherwise we're just gonna be like, I don't know what we would change, you know. All right, next and final setup is submitted by Trey. Trey says, "Ayo, my name's Trey. I just started making this setup. Soon I will be painting the walls to Mac the drawer." Whoa, that's a big truck going by. Could you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it. It sounded like a motorcycle.
That was a truck, so that tells you something. Let's see. He said, soon I'll be painting the walls to Mac, but I would assume he means match the drawer underneath the desk. Also, I'm in the process of building a computer, and you suck. Okay, wow, Jesus. So anyways, taking a look at this, interesting. He's going to paint the walls darker. So, of course, we're not going to score him on that, but what do you think? Do you think that's a good idea to make the walls like gray?
Not every wall. I would just do one feature wall. If he wants to do the front to match that's fine, but leave the rest of the walls that neutral, whatever. I don't know if it's a light gray or brown or whatever. I would leave if he wants to do that. Just do one side. Just do the front wall that we're like kind of looking at where your monitor to the left side is, and don't do anything. If not, it's just gonna be way too dark.
Yeah, and it's also going to make your room look a lot smaller, which you definitely don't want, especially since you have the bed right there. You know, it already kind of looks like you don't have the most room ever to kind of slide around in your chair. But here's his situation. He's got this left side, which is ran by his Surface Book, which is pretty interesting. I mean, that's mounted under his desk. He's got his mouse pad. Everything's really nice over there. It's very simple. I'm not a big fan of the fact that you push yourself to the far left of the end of the desk, but I understand with the window and things like that, you had to kind of do that. And then on the right side, he's got his Xbox One set up with the speakers and everything. Super nice. Controllers I always recommend things like that. The controller stand, it's charging. It looks neat. It's very nice. He's got some stuff on the wall, which is good. That corner, I guess because you just started, you don't really have a lot of stuff going on there, but I would like to see some stuff on those shelves, maybe underneath those little desk risers that you had. That would definitely look good. But what do you think about his whole setup? Because I mean, look at how he's got the wire molding underneath his TV. Like, it's beautiful.
I mean, he definitely watches your show because I don't know, after the last setup, and then when I looked at this up, like, damn, this looks amazing too.
Yeah.
The color, like, I need to get me one of those like light things that just illuminate the
the
wall.
neon sign thing.
Yeah, I would love a sign like that because look what it does to the whole setup. It gives off a really soft red, which makes his walls look better. I don't know, man. It just looks really clean. I almost say forget about painting the wall.
Yeah, I don't think it needs to be painted, but
yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah,
and I like that he hasn't thrown a bunch of stuff on his desk, and he has the room for it, but he hasn't. I don't mind that.
True. Maybe like a little bit more, like just to add.
Some pop vinyls or something like that.
Yeah, because it just looks. The corner just looks like why do you have those risers there if you're not going to put anything on it? You know, like what was his idea in the beginning for that? I just don't get that. Like, because he could have gotten away with just having the risers on the right. But regardless, I guess the reason why he wants to paint is because of the drawer. He doesn't want it to stick out. You know what I mean?
I think it looks fine.
Yeah,
I think it adds a little, like it adds another dimension to the room.
Yeah. A lot of people are asking what desk is that. That is just, believe it or not, the Linmon, the glossy top, with the obviously you could tell what colored legs he has, and then he's got one of the Alex drawers which fits perfectly underneath. I mean, it's clean, it's nice, it's super sick. But God, now is the point of the show where we rip someone's heart out and kick it onto the floor. It's time to go over scores. So going to the first one, Connor got a 90. Oh shit, I just hit the wrong thing. I just hit my cable. Okay, we're good. Anyways, Connor got a 90. Antti got an 84. Jason got a 92. AJ got an 86. Tyler got an 89. Ben got an 80. Alex got an 89. Adam got a 92. Pavel got a 92. Trey got a 90. So bada bing, bada boom. What are you going to do about it? We got ourselves a three-way tie between Jason, Adam, and Pavel. And then a second place tie between Connor and Trey. So that was the first and last setup. So yeah, now is the part of the show where you guys decide in the comments who should win, whether you're watching live or not. You can go ahead and choose, because guess what, I don't care. So if it's up to you, Carlos, who would you choose for first place between our three-way tie?
Oh gosh, let me look.
So we got Jason, which, you know what, screw Jason, he's a dick, we're gonna skip him. It's between Adam and Pavel. Who do you think wins? Because they're two very different setups.
I'm gonna go with Pavel.
Okay.
Just because there is so much more personality in this setup.
Yeah.
It's, oh man, it's tough because I really do like his little studio. I think if he would have added that to the wall, the acoustic foam, would have took it into another level. But as a whole, man, Pavel, he did a great job.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: they're both amazing, but they're both very, very, very different.
Oh, extremely different.
Yeah, and that's what makes this show so much fun, is we're seeing really all the different possibilities that you could do with a room. And I give props to everyone that was on the show, except for Jason, you're a dick. Because honestly, everyone really put a lot of time into their setups. They did a great job with the picture taking, which is a big thing. So if you want to submit your setup to the show, you should probably look at these pictures and see what I'm going for, because I receive way too many setup pictures that are awful. So here's the thing. If you submitted your setup before, I actually don't know exactly when. I'll try to find out as I say this. But I tweeted at Pimp My Setup the next few episodes, who's going to be on them. Let's see. If you submitted before February 2nd, you need to resubmit with better pictures, because I already have all the way up until episode 76 scheduled. And if your name's not on that list, your pictures were rejected. So pimpmysetup.com/Q. That's what you need to do. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching this episode of Pimp My Setup, episode number 71, recorded live on February 4th, 2016. My name's Matt Philly. You can find me on Twitter at Matt Philly.
I'm Carlos Miguel. You can find me on Twitter at Premier Reviewer.
Boom. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll get you off the flappity flap. Boom.